Today I have the Lumintop ODL20C. This is a thrower style light using a 26650 battery, and it has USB-C recharging underneath here. This light's using a Cree XHP35 high LED emitter and is capable of up to 2000 lumens, meaning it can throw a beam of 860 meters according to Lumintop. Thanks to fasttech.com for sending this to me to review. I'll have links in the description below and a coupon, if I have one, on where you can check this out if you're interested. Here is the packaging the light's in. It's pretty similar to other Lumintops that I've seen. It's this brown cardboard box. On the back you have relevant information, features, and a runtime chart with different information. Inside, the light comes protected in black foam here, and you get several extras. First of all, you get a USB-C charging cable, which is nice on this light considering USB-C isn't universal everywhere. You get an 18650 to 26650 battery adapter. I wish more 26650 lights came with these. This is a really nice, simple feature. You get a pretty nice lanyard here, although it's not Lumintop's standard orange lanyard that we're used to seeing. And you get a pair of extra O-rings. You also get some paperwork here, a warranty card, a prompt that the flashlight can get warm, and a few instructions, and then the manual, which is quite good and available in a couple different languages. A 26650 battery is not included with this light, although the marketing material shows that a Lumintop 26650 battery is available. Maybe a different version comes with the light. Construction is pretty nice on this light. It's pretty large for a single 26650 thrower, and it's heavy as a result. About 400 grams with the battery. Fit and finish is tight on this light. It's slow to move. I've still got a bit of a wrist instability from surgery earlier in the year, and this is about all I can do. It's made of aluminum and is hard anodized black with a mostly satin finish. The tail cap has a pretty deep recessed groove in there, you can see. You could fit a magnet in there, but good luck getting a little magnet like that to hold 400 grams. It does feature a spot for a lanyard that you can see there. The tail cap here features this large diamond knurled pattern for extra grip. The tail cap here, you can see, has a nice, pretty stout dual spring. Nice quality in there. While I've got this open, you can see the threads are acne cut, meaning they've got a bit of a square top to them. This battery tube is reversible, so it can flip 180 degrees if you wanted to. On the body tube here, this is 4 trapezoid type shapes here, and they're parallel to each other. You've got 2 that are smooth and then 2 with this diamond pattern on there. The head of the light is where a lot of the mass is. Inside here, you've got this button style contact. It looks like it moves, but it is indeed solid. Then you've got this black ring around here, and this is the reverse polarity protection. It's a slightly squishy material. Looking at the rest of the light though, you've got areas milled in here pretty deep for cooling and style. You've got the button on the end here, and I'll just hold it up to my microphone. It makes a decent amount of noise, but nothing too much. On the back here, you've got the USB-C charging port, and it's got this large cover. And I'll talk a little bit more about this. There is a flaw with that, but you can see the USB-C charging port in there. I love that the USB-C charging port, it doesn't matter which direction the cable goes in. This fits down in here decently well, but this flap kind of gets in the way. The problem you'll see here is, as we watch that cover, as I screw that on, you'll see the battery cover just lift off. I think this is an air pressure issue. Then it must not be completely sealed. However, I did do some water tests and didn't have a problem with water ingress in the light. So it's just something to be aware of. Make sure you push that down if you've inserted a battery. Here's the bezel of the light. It's a smooth crenulated bezel, and I think this is glued on. I wasn't able to remove it. You can see the lens in there is deep and smooth, and the LED is nicely centered. This does have the signature Lumintop O-ring, which I like. This is not a small or lightweight light. I found it to be on the heavy side. Weight with the battery was measured at 400 grams, length measured at 147.5 millimeters, diameter at its widest point was 59 millimeters, and 35 at its narrowest. And if I just compare it to a ThruNite Catapult V6 here, same battery they use. You can see the ThruNite is a good at least ½ inch shorter. Diameter is pretty similar, with the ThruNite maybe just being slightly larger. Weight-wise, you know, the Lumintop is heavier. I do like the ergonomics of the Lumintop in your hand a little bit better. It's just slightly longer, it fits a little better. And despite the weight, the Lumintop balances really nice in the hand. So that weight isn't as much of a problem. This light uses a Cree XHP high LED, and it's in a cool white, but it's a pretty neutral cool white. Being a thrower, the beam pattern is mostly spot with a little bit of spill. And of another recent thrower that I had, the Lumintop GT Mini, was even more focused than this one. Hard to see spill on my table here with the video lights on, but you can see that hot center on the table. Here are my night shots for the Lumintop ODL20C, and this is in cool white. This is a 26-650 thrower, and it's a pretty beefy large light. This is the low mode that the light has. It's definitely more than moonlight, and it throws out to probably 25-30 feet. I can see reflecting off stuff with my eye. If I bump up, you'll start to see it on camera better here. And it's a pretty cool, pretty stark white. And one more mode. You can see that beam pierce through there. That's partly on camera. The cool white beams just kind of show up on camera a little bit better. They kind of pierce that darkness better on camera. Personally, I prefer the neutral white. And here is turbo. This has got a pretty nice hot spot. I call it on the larger side, but it's still pretty intense. The spill on this light's also brighter than what we see on some of the others, like the Lumintop GT Mini. You do get some artifacts on this light on the edges, a little hard to see on camera here, but to the eye I've got 3 distinct rings before I get into that corona, and then the 4th being the hot spot there. So let me walk around and show you this light out, what it's like. I like how this thing feels in the hand. It's big. It's that big size means it cools pretty well too. And I just want to do a side-by-side comparison here. I've got the lights on as equal modes as I can. On the left I have the Lumintop GT Mini in neutral white, and on the right I have the Lumintop ODL20C. And you can see the differences in color temperatures there. The Lumintop GT Mini is significantly warmer. There is the ODL20C, and there is the GT Mini. For my runtime test, starting in turbo until the light shuts off, I used a protected Keep Power 26-650 battery that's rated for 5,000 milliamp hours. You do need a cell that's capable of at least 7 amps in order to achieve turbo. Total runtime I thought was a little bit short at this light, at a total of 105 minutes. However, the bulk of that runtime, about 95 minutes, was at 1,000 lumens, which makes it a pretty good result. Turbo lasted about 5 minutes before the light started to take a major decline. Overall, not a bad runtime in the big picture when you consider all the facts and how bright it was during the bulk of that time. One of the benefits of that weight is that this light is able to handle heat pretty well. It gets warm, but never hot that you don't want to touch it. So as I mentioned before, this light has onboard USB-C charging and is capable of 2 amps. I didn't see fast charging on my USB-C meter, but that's because it's still on a boat in the Pacific somewhere. I just didn't feel like it was fast charging on my conventional meter as well. As I mentioned, it comes with a USB-A to C cable, which is a great touch because not everybody has a USB-C cable yet. UI on this light is the same as the Lumintop ODF30 I reviewed last month. So a bit of a quick overview. It features a single electronic switch here mounted on the side, and UI is overly simple on this light. You've got low, medium, high in that order. Low, medium, and high. Eco mode is accessed when the light is off. You just click and hold here, and it's still a little bit too bright for my tastes. To shut it off requires about a 2-second long hold, which I'd prefer not. The light also has strobe. It can be only accessed from eco mode, which is a little bit different. And you double click from eco mode. And I like that strobe isn't part of the main group, but not a lot of other lights access it from eco. So it can be a little bit confusing when you want to go from eco to turbo. You end up getting strobe instead. Lockout mode is also available for this light. When the light is off, long press for 4 seconds and the light will enter lockout. To unlock requires unscrewing the tail cap, and that's a certainly different way to do it. It's not my favorite, but you certainly won't undo lockout unless you mean to. For me, I'll just stick to unscrewing the tail cap a little bit to put it into lockout and screw it back in when I want to use the light. This light does have a low voltage indicator here on the switch. It turns red at about under 3 volts. So for me, the pros of this light are it has USB-C, which makes it great for recharging, and you don't have to bring another cable if you've got a USB-C phone like I do. I think it has good build, fit, and finish, and the ergonomics and balance of this light are pretty good. The cons are it's a pretty beefy and heavy light, only a 2 amp maximum charging speed, 26650 batteries can safely accept higher speeds, and USB-C can deliver it, so it'd be nice to see a light with fast charging. No neutral white option is offered, and no battery was included with my sample. My conclusion is this is another nice light in what I'm calling the year of the thrower flashlight. While the weight is noticeable, it translates into pretty decent runtimes, and this light deals with heat pretty well. I'd love to see a neutral white option, but this cool white is fairly neutral, so it's not a huge deal. I prefer the 26650 format for a thrower because it's easier to bring with you and fit into pockets or a bag over the end-over-end 2x 18650 format flashlights. For ergonomics on the ODL20C, they're pretty good, and I love that it has USB-C recharging options are becoming more and more common. If you've got the ODL20C, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to pick one up, please check the description. I'll have a link to fasttech.com and a coupon if I've got one. As always, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, because I'll have more reviews for you out shortly. Thanks for watching.